Hello everyone, welcome to the halfway point, day 6 of 12 of the dozen beers of Xmas. And today we'll be talking about Perpetual Dawn, our 4.5% session pale. This is a beer made with all UK hop varieties with a complex malt base including spelt, Vienna and wheat. Also, talk a little bit more about this as we drink it, but it's 10p from each can. Goes towards a local charity, Henshaw's, based in Knaresborough, alongside us, which is pretty cool as well. So we'll crack this open and get started.
Good idea.
This is a very Knaresborough drinking session because I've got Knaresborough charity, Knaresborough brewery, and we're going for Blind Jack's Knaresborough pub on the glasses.
Jack's. What a place.
What's that for everyone? Everyone uses hashtag local ale. Yeah.
One, isn't it? Oh yeah.
So, Cam, would you like to talk us through what made you go all English?
Good question. A very good question, Josh. So we've dabbled with English hops before, mainly in stouts, but we've never really considered them for our sort of IPAs and hop forward beers. Probably a little bit negligent of us to ignore the fact that there are so many good ingredients on our own shores. But Luke and myself were at SEBA Beer X, which is like a brewers conference shindig in February of this year. In February this year, there was a stadium full of people just walking around and talking to each other. It was incredible. But it was near enough to COVID times. We weren't allowed to do handshakes. That was the start of the elbow bumps and the double knee kiss. But at that trade event, Charles Farham had a stall, which was shepherded by lovely Beth from Charles Farham, who was insistent that we try the scratch and sniff test of some of their sort of up and coming hop varieties. And I'm really glad we did. We found Harlequin, Mystic, and Jester. I think we tried Jester before, but the other two I've not seen, not felt a hop pellet or a leaf of before. And they were beautiful, really nice. And I think Daya were pouring a single hopped Harlequin beer. It was incredible. It was really, really nice. I mean, you're never going to get that same profile as American or Australian or New Zealand Antipodean hops, as we were talking about a couple of days ago in real time. And yeah, we kind of threw everything we had at this beer to try and make an English hopped pale ale that had that same sort of intense hop character you'd expect from an American beer. Not necessarily the same sort of flavors, but the same sort of depth of flavor. Because quite often English hops are used in bitters, mild brown ales, pale ales, session pales, all that sort of thing, but not really in like really well dry hopped beers. So we were keen to give it a go. And if we're completely honest, there was quite a lot of deliberation about how to do it, but our tribulations about the recipe were not based on any experience. We kind of just hoped that the ingredients would carry through and we'd get a good end result. So there's a little bit of hit and hope. But the one thing we did have quite a lot of control over, obviously, was the malt bill. So for a first for Turning Point, we used some spelt, which isn't the hops that you're smelling. It's that sort of, I guess, I don't know, it's like a woody sort of flavor. I find it really interesting. It's kind of nutty, like a tracker bar or something, like sweet, like
I think spelt. I predominantly think I've tried it within lagers before, but I think it works really well like alongside the characters that we get from the hops. And like you said, it's not about replicating American or Antipodean hop characters. It's about this. I think for me, it's more about replicating the style, but with different flavors. Because this is what you get from the English hops. I really enjoy this. I think my favorite English hop that I tried before is Keyworth Early. But yeah, I'm really enjoying what's in this beer. And I thought it was really cool that the actual hop farmers down in, I think it was Somerset, where these were grown, ordered some of these cans so that they could try them, because plenty of beers are made with their hops, but I don't think there's ever been one that's probably made with this level of dry hop before that they'll have tried. So that was really nice that they could get the character of the hops in such large quantities.
Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, we sent a few cans down to the guys at Charles Fareham. I'm not sure if any of those ended up with the hop growers themselves, or if they were snaffled by the office team. But what followed was a good, generous wave of orders from the hop growers and from Charles Fareham. So that was really nice that they were interested enough to try it. And actually, I think quite a few of them ordered and then ordered again, which was nice. Usually a good sign. Take the compliment. But we're definitely keen to do more of the same, I guess. There are quite a few other English hop varieties that wouldn't mind getting our hands on. But these three work really well together, and it's difficult to pick them apart. But I guess Jester really stood out. At one point, it was so different in pellet form than what we normally put into a beer. I was actually a little bit concerned about the flavors it was going to produce, because to me it was quite licoricey, and there's quite a bit of that like aloe vera, eucalyptus, like really sort of not soapy, that's the wrong word, but almost like a cosmetic sort of
medicinal.
No, not quite. It's, I really can't place it. It was like almost minty and a little bit like, I don't know, like if you ran into a tree in the desert. I don't know. If you ran headfirst into a eucalyptus tree, I think we might, smell something like that. But we're really pleased with this beer. And the other thing that Josh already touched upon was the charity aspect. Now, when this beer first came out, we did £1 a pint at the tap room on cask, went to charity, plus 10p from all the cans. I think by the time we've finished selling all the cans, I think we'll have about £1,000 to chuck at the charity, which is really nice. And I dare say not the first time, not the last time we'll do something for them. Henshaw's is a local charity to us, but actually it's quite I think it's a national.
Yeah, it's nationally widespread, but it's based in Esborough originally. But, it's been running since the late 1800s. It's a very, very old charity. Generally is to do with disabilities involving sight, but actually runs a whole range of help for lots of different people on top of that as well.
But obviously the COVID times have been difficult for everybody, but charities, especially being volunteer led, their staff obviously don't get anything for not being there. Their community centre, which a lot of people rely on, for everyday socialising, people that visually impaired, and as the activity centres shut down, or the community centre, I'm not sure what they call it, we thought we'd do something to send a little bit of help their way. And they put on a really good beer festival each year, which usually gets the local beer the local breweries involved, of which we are now one. So we were down to have our bar there this year, and sadly wasn't to be, but look forward to it next time, bring in the fun, and hopefully we can do another charity beer for them that we pour at their festival. It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be good.
But yeah, as always, guys, if you've got any questions, drop them down in the comments or get in touch with us directly, whatever you want. And I guess last thing to touch upon is the artwork. This is not a Lottie special. This is a Cameron original, and I actually stole the front part of it, the bottom bit, from the video game No Man's Sky, where in June, July, I spent quite a lot of time in that universe, or universes, and some of the planets that the game throws up were just too good not to steal. So, but they won't be able to trace me down, because the game is so open world that they probably don't know that this is their content. So it's fine.
What does the name originate from?
I have absolutely no idea. I think that's an Aaron.
It's an Aaron, yeah.
But I can't remember it. It's a lot of Aaron's beer names are a hybridization of two things that he likes. So you'd probably be able to figure it out. I can't actually remember. Like Silent Echoes is one we'll get onto, but oh no, we've had Silent Echoes, haven't we?
Just a quick Google lets me know that it's a song by The Orb.
Oh, then definitely. No, that is that, yeah. So
Yeah,
take back what I said. It is a song by The Orb. Aaron likes The Orb, so that makes sense. I must add that to our playlist.
Oh yeah, the every Turning Point linked song that we listen to.
I shall I'll put the Turning Point music playlist of all the song titles in the description of this video, which is there. Not there. Wouldn't that be annoying if YouTube eventually changed where the description was above the video, and then every single video that referenced it is here as a lie?
I wouldn't put it past them.
They've done other things like that. It used to be at the side on YouTube 1.0.
All right, so thanks everyone for joining us for the halfway point of your dozen beers of Xmas. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed Perpetual Dawn. Let us know what you think of it through all of the normal channels. And yeah, we'll see you for beer 7 tomorrow.
We've got a real treat for you tomorrow. Cheers.